Okay, so this next one is strictly World of Warcraft, and I'm just curious because of the title. Title is, what is even going on anymore? I'm assuming that this has to do with 9.1 because this was released on June 29th, 2021. It says, Domination Gear, the worst of the tier sets returned, impending irrelevancy. What the fuck, Blizz? Okay.
So, of course, this is identical to tier sets.
Yeah,
where there's 5 slots and you need one of them. It's the same as tier sets.
Yeah, so obviously this is one thing that I didn't even know until recently. The set bonus activation requires a specific piece.
So wait, give me a second.
Same as tier sets.
I need to look at this image.
This
again.
is identical to
Domination socket locked. Legendary locked. Oh my. Imagine a gearing system like this. Where you're doing Mythic Plus and you're hoping that you don't get a better chest. You're like, oh man, I can't get a better chest because I need to get a better chest from the raid, not from the Mythic Plus, so that I get the domination sockets. Oh, I hope I don't get a helmet. I wouldn't want to get a helmet because I need a domination socket on that. Oh, by the way, my legendary was on a helmet. What am I supposed to do? Too bad. Craft a new one. We don't care that you spent like months working on your legendary. That's none of our business. We give literally 0 fucks. It's like, whatever, man. Craft a new one. It's like, remember that scene from what was the name from Dave Chappelle with the Charlie Murphy skits and the when was it? You guys know the one, the fuck your couch one? You guys remember that? The guy it's the same thing. It's like, this is Blizzard going on your couch and going like, fuck your couch. Fuck your, buy a new one, rich motherfucker. Like that's what Blizzard is doing right there. You know? They're going up to your legendary, putting their feet all over your legendary, just like rubbing dirt and stuff on it and being like, buy a new one.
Identical to tier sets.
Yeah,
where there's 5 slots and you need one of them. It's the same as tier sets.
Yeah, so obviously this is one thing that I didn't even know until recently. The set bonus activation requires a specific piece.
Yes,
I hadn't heard that anywhere.
Dakor was saying
wait,
that.
Wait. Set bonus activations requires a specific. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. What are you doing? If you want the frost set bonus but shoulders don't drop to you for a few weeks, too bad. You have to choose between wasting weekly currency on upgrading shards you eventually want versus upgrading ones you can make you sweat. Why? Why? Imagine getting a loot drop and being like disappointed. Jesus Christ! What the hell, dude? It's like, does Blizzard not understand the primary the dopamine hit that players get when they get a new piece of loot, that they can just equip it and have fun, be like, man, I got a new epic piece of loot. I'm so happy. And in Shadowlands, it's like, oh man, I got a new piece of loot. And just like someone from Blizzard shows up and kicks you in the balls. It's like, ugh. They're like, oh, I just wanted to enjoy my loot. And it's like, yeah, but I gave you the wrong item, bitch. Kicks you in the balls again, then moves on. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Good God. How can you mess up loot so bad? You guys used to know how to do this. I mean, of course, I was going to say you were the people that invented Diablo, but I keep forgetting those people aren't there anymore.
Yeah, so I saw. I checked it out on Warhead earlier today when I was writing this up, and yeah, you need one specific piece of gear if you want the set bonus that you want active to be active. So if you want the unholy bonus,
Why?
if you want the unholy bonus, which is the Shadowmourne effect of the boosted stat, you need a domination helmet, and then 3 unholy gems across your other gear. For Frost, for the DPS proc, you need the shoulders. And then if you want the healing one, which I imagine a lot of tanks that are pushing will likely want, I'm not super sure, because it has the lifesteal component, then you're going to want a chest piece. Which means that, to be fair, you're likely going to get this stuff fairly handy compared to the speed at which you get Stygian Embers to get the actual Shards of Domination. Because that's all in a weekly kill X bosses, get X shards thing, or X Stygian Embers. So there is like a progression time, where it means it's not going to be a massive deal, but it fundamentally means that, I mean, the best way is what I wrote down earlier, which is saying, if you want the Frost set bonus, but the shoulders don't drop for you for a week, too bad.
Yeah.
You have to choose between wasting your weekly currency on shards that either you can't fully use the set bonus yet. So if you upgrade your Frost shards because you want the Frost one in the future because it's better for you, but then no shoulders, you can't use it. You can use the shards, but you don't get the set bonus.
Yes.
So then the optimal thing for you to do right now, or right at that moment, would be to buy and upgrade the shards for the set bonus you do have access to. Because, say, the helmet rolled for you this week, but the shoulders didn't. You can use Unholy for the next raid progression week and spend your shards there, or spend your embers there, or spend them for Frost. And then, there you go. Look, you've rolled the dice, it's rolled wrong, and now you have a difficult decision to make. Whether do I spend my stuff for bonus now or bonus later? And because... and here's...
Bellular was like, oh, this is so interesting. Oh, this loot system is so interesting, Matt. Tell me more. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to raid, man. It's gonna be so good, dude. I can't wait. Oh, this is gonna be the best. I'm gonna roll some frosty undead blood, whatever randomness, and yeah, man. Bellular's left the chat.
Fucking best part.
I don't care.
Stygian Embers are not just farmable.
Listen. Bellular just had a hair transplant. These news that they're making his hair fall off. It's gonna ruin the transplant. These news are so bad, they're going to ruin his transplant, dude. That's how bad it is. God. Blizzard. Please. No, Havesh, we'll watch the Jesse Cox video after this one.
They are on a weekly lockout.
Yeah.
Which, much like the Valor seasonal cap, it means if you have progression at like any speed in mind, you can use them wrong and not refund them.
Yeah.
Which means that you, based on what piece of loot you get for the first week or two, you can get scuffed.
Yeah.
And it's also, it wouldn't be a problem if there's a master loot, because then you could just, oh, hello, I'm Frosty Boy.
And this is why Blizzard won't give you master loot. They're going to tell you that it's because of the drama, and there's people putting in tickets saying that, oh, some big bad raid leader with master loot on, he took the item away from the new player. Oh no, we have to protect the player base. We're going to remove master looter. This has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that we know that guilds can gear up a lot faster if they have master looter, and they can assign the loot to the correct people that would allow them to progress through the content faster. No, it has nothing to do with that. We would never purposefully stifle the progression of top tier endgame rating guilds. Would never do. No. It's because of little Timmy who joined the group, and someone ninja looted little Timmy's sword. It was so evil, and so we removed master looter from the game.
my shoulders, please. Yeah, sure. Unholy Boy will get his helmet next.
Yeah, man.
I really, really, really would like to sit down with the person who designed the system and have a little chat. I'd love to.
Oh yes, I think many people in the World of Warcraft community would love to sit down with the individual responsible for the specific details of this thing's implementation, because this is a massive thing and it's like, why we were excited about this near the start. You know, we're like, oh yeah, cool. You know, just get some little things, upgrade them, carry them our gear, happy. But then you see the actual implementation, and it's just like it's made by an alien.
Yeah.
Like how did you guys possibly cock up something so simple?
I'm going to say this,
which is now why I was playing up. I mean, I did actually get this coffee for a reason. I was sort of playing up, being half asleep. Yeah. But it does. It's just that thing of as soon as you get into it reminds me of a scene from Star Trek, the original series, where the lads go back in time, and Kirk is like making up this really convoluted twist in whatever card game they're playing with these, like, I don't know, the gangsters or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, you do this and this and this, and the rule is that, but only if you flip this and do that, but only on a Wednesday. So it's the whole thing of like, oh, okay. Like, Kirk's whole point was that he was making it seem so convoluted and silly. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like that when, it's like the optimal way is to do all of this, and then you tell me, oh, if I do it wrong, it's seasonal capped currency, and I'm just like, oh, take me away. Yeah. Take me away from here.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna say, I don't think this is a massive thing for most players, right?
No.
This is mostly just the mental gymnastics and the mathematic dancing you have to do if you're trying to play this game in any capacity optimally or efficiently, which,
I think the dog could do with more smiley faces. There we go. That's better.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just so awkward. Like, what the... So, I had to spend today thinking about this. I had to spend today parsing this out in my head. I'm not a Mythic Raider. I'm doing it so I can explain it to you guys fairly handily and understand it myself. All the Mythic Raiders have to go through this and think about it. They have to go, oh, how do I fucking plan this out? How do I, like, my entire wall's a whiteboard, I'm drawing all over like crazy. Like, okay, how do I map this out efficiently?
So all Mythic Raiders are just smearing shit in the walls, like.
Yeah, also, all of this stuff is kind of new and coming out of nowhere. Patch notes, PTR stuff. You don't have much time to plan it, so you're losing your marbles trying to get all this stuff together. And the designers doing that have done the same. They're like, how do we get this together, get it in, throw it together. How will this fit in?
And it's all a waste of everyone's time. Can we go back to just having fun loot where the loot drops, I put it on my character and I'm happy? Is that too hard? Like, seriously, just think about it. Imagine this revolutionary concept where the loot drops, I pick it up, I equip it, and I carry on with my life, and I'm happy because, like, oh man, I got a loot drop. Yay. It's such a revolutionary thing. No, we have to reinvent the wheel. Listen, you can't just pick up the loot, right? When you pick up the loot, it's going to roll like 100 different complex stats, and it could roll a good one. It could roll a bad one. It could, you could get a good piece of loot. You could get an undead piece of loot. You can get a frost piece of loot. You can get a blood piece of loot. But one of those is better than all the other ones. And if you want to optimize your character, you want to have the better one because the other one's going to suck. Imagine, just like, can I just like pick up the piece of loot and be like, hey, this one doesn't quite have the best stats, but it's a decent upgrade. I'll plug it on. No. Because if you don't put this one on, it's not going to have the set bonus and the domination socket, and and it's going to replace the legendary that you have. And we got to complicate things. You got to take a goddamn master's degree to understand how this bullshit works.
Our grand schemes, get the gearing curve sorted, but what weeks will people earn specific bits of gear? Is it boss 5 that'll have the helmet? Oh shit, but boss 2 has the shoulders. Fuck, how do we do this? How do we figure this out?
Exactly.
Like, why? Why have you done this?
That's a good question.
Matt, you not remember that this is quite similar to tier sets, and that in fact...
Don't eat your microphone, Bellular.
In fact, tier sets are something people want. Yo.
So I'm gonna say this. I think.
So I've seen some regarding the. There's been people talking about the like defending this. The whole some bits are locked out, so it's just like tier sets. where it's like there are some differences.
Yeah.
There are some differences.
Yeah, it's like,
it makes you can't really use these tier sets as defense, but this is a bit stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I did sort of, this is pretty quickly written, but I was thinking about how is it like tier sets, how is it not like tier sets? And here's the best part. So there are two ways it's like tier sets. One, it locks out your sockets. So you go, right, here's, you've got your helmet, shoulders.
Slash
Fills.
is a nice, satisfying base.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so there you go. It fills a socket, or a slot, you don't have to worry about that again. Great, fantastic. It is also like tier sets because you get stronger in a significantly, like in a pretty big way compared to just regular item level gearing,
yeah.
where you get a significantly large bonus for getting a specifically good bit of gear. So it does that kind of scaling up over time pretty nicely, especially combined with the Stygian Embers, where they know, well, people will be coming in with rank 3 gems this week. Or, they'll come in with rank 2 gems, and then rank 3 the next week, and then rank 5 2 or 3 weeks later. Stuff like
This is
that.
the most convoluted version of walking into Icecrown Citadel and Varian giving you like 5% more damage one week.
Yeah, it's a complicated version of that. But then there's all the ways it doesn't act like tier sets. One, doesn't actually do anything for your gameplay. You don't get a tier set and go, or you don't get a domination socket filled and then go, right, I get extra holy power from my Hammer of Wrath. Or anything like that. It's not like, oh, my holy shock now is 3 times healing.
It's not like
So all of this for passive bonuses on top of it?
5.4 gave you guys the really cool, I'm just a crazy proc-filled light show.
Yeah, it was like, it's no longer like, insert meme about, Thanos putting the last gem in the gauntlet. Nothing like that. We're like, I have unlimited power now, let's go. This is going to be really fun.
Yeah, so it actually doesn't have the main exciting thing.
Yeah, it's just number up.
Yeah, so just boring.
Number up. The other one is, unlike the other ones, unlike tier sets, where you're getting, you've got your 2-part, I've got my 3-part, sweet. When I get my 4-part, I'm going to pop off like crazy. In this one, it's literally one piece controls the majority of it, which is the set bonus, is like the biggest buff. But like we covered, you need one. Like, you need your shoulders for Frost one, or chest for the Blood one. And it doesn't activate all the shards, but it activates the important part, which is the kind of thing where I feel like that'll be very frustrating for players who are unlucky with drops.
Oh man, can you imagine? We have a joke in our guild, no weapons for Kafsi, because the man's not allowed to get weapon drops. And if it turns into no weapons and no helms for Kafsi, that man's actually going to pop.
Yeah, of course he is. It's that, and then no helmet for Kafsi, like
yeah.
No helmet for Kafsi.
And if we say it now and we sort of incant it, then it will be so.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And what else? Yeah, it's like it's a case of, it's different to tier sets because it lasts longer because you're getting your Ember all the time. And it'll take a while to get up to rank 5 gems instead of...
To give you guys an idea, we had one of our hunters was incredibly unlucky during Shadowlands. It's like everybody was rating. This was at the very start. I don't remember what the exact item levels were, but we were all rating. We were all in the same groups. We were all doing the same number of raids and mythic pluses and all of this stuff. And this one guy was like, his weapon was like 20 or 30 item levels below everyone else's. You want to know why? Because there's no bad luck protection in World of Warcraft. Stuff doesn't drop. It doesn't drop. And fuck you. That's too bad. It is what it is. Are you unlucky? Hey, son. That's too bad. Sucks to be you.
Oh, you got lucky. It's sorted.
Yeah.
Happy days. There's a lot more variance there, which is kind of awkward. And then there's also, you're limited by time, which you technically are for tier sets.
Yeah, you are.
But significantly less so.
There's just less stuff.
Yeah, it's less locked over time, and then it's...
I think the big one.
The last one, which is the biggest one, and the biggest part to do with the... The biggest problem with the sets, like the slots being locked out, is the fact that there are 5 of them. There are 5 bits of gear with domination sockets. If you're not wearing all of them, you're a dickhead.
Yo.
That's what the game is telling you.
Yep.
It's not like you've got 6 tier bits and a 4 set bonus. It's just put all 5 on, or you're a goon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like there's a reason why there would be 6 bits of tier, but you didn't need all 6 for the set bonus.
Yep. Great. That was cool because it's like, you know, if you get the one you want.
Wait, I got distracted.
6 for the set. Yeah, it's
telling you.
Yep.
It's not like you've got 6 tier bits and a 4 set bonus. It's just put all 5 on or you're a goon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like there's a reason why there would be 6 bits of tier, but you didn't need all 6 for the set bonus.
Yep.
So you need to have all of them this time
around? That was cool because it's like, you know, if you get the one you want, sweet. If you don't get the one you want, it's fine. You can reuse bits of gear. You can swap around. If you're hyper optimal, you can literally swap out tier sets for things with better stats and like move them around as necessary. I remember having fun with that in Legion when I was swapping tier set stuff around, and then with legendaries. Right, like I think for like one raid, I put a suboptimal legendary on because I could also have my tier set, and then the next time round, I had the optimal setup, and it was great.
So there's a message here from Peyton the Sea who says, "Will domination gear be relevant in patch 9.2?"
God, I hope
Fuck
not.
no. No, think about it.
Of
There's
course
no
not.
way. Like,
No.
Why would
so
it?
patch 9.2 brings in patch sets. What?
Yeah.
No, 9.2 brings in tier sets, right?
But this is tier sets, just in a form you didn't expect.
So 9.2 is supposed to bring in tier sets. Now, those tier sets are going to be clashing with.
Oh my
All
god!
of this has happened before, and all.
So wait a minute. So in 9.1, you're having legendaries clash with domination sockets and tier sets and getting the right item, getting all of this stuff. In 9.2, you're gonna have your legendaries clashing with the 9.1 domination sockets, clashing with whatever tier things they're bringing into 9.2. Yeah.
All of this will happen again. These tier sets will, of course, clash with the domination sockets. And I think that is almost certainly intentional on Blizzard's behalf.
Yeah.
Because I think they know that people would be happy enough to replace the domination socket system with a tier set. Because it's a fucking tier set, right? It's something that everybody knows that everybody wants. Yep. So because of that, I really cannot see a future where domination gear is going to be a thing in patch 9.2. Now, it could just be that like it will be active at the start of 9.2, and you know, maybe you'll want to wait until you get like your 2 set bonus before you start to flip over to the new gear. I mean, who knows the item levels and stuff. Or maybe they'll just deactivate it. I don't know. But no, I do think that in patch 9.2 it will be superseded by another gearing system, and I think that gearing system will almost certainly be returned to tier sets, which I absolutely welcome.
I have a terrible fear that this is a dry run for tier sets, and they won't bring us back tier sets in the way we expect tier sets with all the positives. I feel like kind of the way this is, you know, this is like tier sets, but there's a big pile of why it's not. I feel like that's what tier sets are. I'm terrified of what tier sets look like, because I really doubt they'll just be like, here's your tier sets from Legion back. I just expect it'll be, here's tier sets, but we've done a twist. So we've gated them better. We've progressed them nicely.
If they do that,
here's your tier sets, but with a lot of bullshittery around them that is going to take you 10 years to actually gear out your character, because we don't actually work on content. We just work on fucking treadmills. And after you're done mastering one of our treadmills, we have 2 more waiting for you right after them. And after your legs fall off, we'll sell you a fucking wheelchair so that you can jump on the next treadmill. And when that wheelchair starts getting old, we'll sell you another wheelchair so that you can jump on the next one. And we'll keep, giving you more and more treadmills and treadmills on top of treadmills on top of treadmills, because systems on top of systems on top of systems. And it's like, are you having fun yet? You're not having fun? We don't give a fuck. Jump on that treadmill, motherfucker. That's what we give a fuck about. Give us money.
And if they fuck up tier sets, people will be able to just compare them to old system that was there and worked.
Yeah.
And I don't think it will be good for Blizzard. I have a suspicion they will try to do that. I really hope it doesn't happen.
Engagement is the only metric
that's
that
what
matters.
I'll be praising if
engagement and monetization.
So with domination sockets, I think the TLDR is the idea good. The sort of the broad strokes okay. Specific bits of the implementation, bit less okay.
Yeah,
and that's
for sure.
that situation. It's going to be fine enough. I mean, heroic curve raider, right? I'll be getting the benefits of this system and not that many of the downsides because I'm not going to have to kill myself to hyper optimize. It's just the sort of thing. Whenever we see a new system come in, and you know, there's pickable holes in it that seem obvious. I think we should sort of pick at those because well, it's worth thinking about things, right? Thinking is good. Thinking is good.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
It's ridiculous, dude. What a piece of hot, convoluted garbage gearing system. This isn't even about like comparing it to any similar system in 14 because I could just bring that up. It's just about just think of it from literally any game's perspective. How fun is it for you to pick up an item and realize, oh, this shiny new item that I just got that I can't even give to someone else because there's no master looter. Because if there was master looter and I got like a good item that it wasn't good for me, I could at least give it to someone else so that then somebody else could pick up something else and give it to me. But it's probably not going to work the first time that you pick up the item because it's going to be higher item level. And if the item level is higher, you cannot give it to somebody else. That's how it works, by the way. For those of you that don't know, imagine, for instance, right? I have a bunch of gear. My character's decked out. We're doing a Mythic Plus, and I got lucky, right? I got a drop in the Mythic Plus, which is something that never happens. I got a drop, and I'm just like, oh, this is fine. The stats are not good for me. The secondary stats on this item, they're not that great for me. I'll keep the one that I have. It's whatever. But the item that I have, I don't know what current item level World of Warcraft is, but let's say, for instance, the item that I have is item level 210. The item that dropped is item level 213. And I so happen to have someone in my group, and this item would be best in slot stats for this other person in my group. But it's got 3 more item levels than the item that I have. And Blizzard says, well, in that case, it's an upgrade, so you can't give it to somebody else. And I was like, upgrade? Upgrade my ass! This is garbage! And I can't even give it away. It's like, there's just so many problems. Because, like, if at least with a system like this, if I could just, like, trade the item away for somebody else, or if we could have Master Looter on and just assign the item for people, it would be already leagues better. It wouldn't fix it, but it would be leagues better than whatever they have planned. But no. Their infinite wisdom, they need to control every little thing about the upgrade. And if you get a 213 item and you already have a 210 that is way better, doesn't matter because the other one's 213. That's all that matters because we're the wisest. We're rock stars over here at Blizzard. We're the rock stars of MMO development. We know exactly what we're doing. We don't do anything wrong. What makes you think that we would ever make a mistake? You're crazy. By the way, enjoy domination sockets, enjoy recrafting your legendaries, and fuck you, give me more money and jump on that treadmill, you fucking hamster.